Hey everybody, this is CJ. Welcome to another exciting episode of Street Startups. I'm here as always with my partner Tracy Syfax. How are you today, my friend?
Oh, TJ, it's hot, brother. It's hot. Like always say, we are locked in, but we are not locked out of opportunities. And opportunities create chances to create businesses. So even though we're locked in, brother, and this is 100 degrees outside, might be a good chance to be hot. But I'm excited, brother.
It's hot and it's about to get hotter because we have two amazing guests here today on Street Startups. Trace, we're not only going to talk about business today, we're going to talk about lifestyle, mental health, physical health, and spiritual health. And we couldn't have two better people to do that with us today. Tracy, take it away and introduce our guests.
Absolutely. And all those things are the perfect ingredients for healthy living and a healthy lifestyle. So it gives me great honor and a pleasure to bring on two folks who are in that business, created that business. This is Street Startup. This is where we talk about how do we launch and how do we get into the market with our ideas and our passions and things that we love to do. So it gives me great honor to bring on someone whose story I know. I've watched him grow up from a young man. He's actually my son, Marquise Syfax, and his fiancee, Jessica Featherson. So it gives me a great pleasure to bring them both on to talk about their business and their startup and what they're looking to do. So you guys, it's all about you guys for the next 15 minutes. Jessica, kick it off. Tell me about your passion and how did you get started?
Yes. All right. So thanks for having me, first of all. So I'm Jessica. Again, my passion is dance. So I would say that's where everything started. And that was the gateway that opened up everything for me. And the other passions that have formed from that. So I'm a fitness instructor, a culinary artist, so I play with food a lot, a budding food photographer. So I have a lot of different passions, and I love expressing myself creatively. So that kind of formed Well Body, Well Soul, which is a wellness and lifestyle platform. Right now, it centers the experiences and needs of Black women, but I do see it morphing into a little more and involving men as well. But on that, we focus on like really introspective self-work, doing your inner work, fitness. So what else? Fitness, and then the holistic nutrition. So with that, Well Body Kitchen, which is what Marquise and I collaborate with, and we just educate the community on healthy eating, plant-based, a lot of making that transition and really demystifying what healthy eating is. Because I think there's a misconception like, oh, well, I have to eat healthy. That means I can't eat anything. I don't believe in depriving myself of anything, right? So I still eat well, but I still eat, I eat good, right? And I care about what I put in my body. I love myself. So that means I'm going to really take time to source and understand what I'm putting in my body. So reading ingredients, and if I can't identify it, I don't know if I want that in my body, right? So we teach other people, empower other people to do that as well. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Really? So Marquise, tell me about, and then what's the name of it? Jessica, Wellness and Body Kitchen?
Yeah. So Well Body, Well Soul, that's one aspect of it. And then Well Body Kitchen is the nutrition part of it.
Cool. So Marquise, tell me all about it. Tell me about the business and how you guys get started and how you guys are transitioning now to merge both of y'all passions together to come up with what y'all doing.
Well, starting with me, my love for culinary arts goes back to at a time when I was still in high school. I really hit my stride the last 4 or 5 years. I've worked in Manhattan in a $2 million restaurant, running the kitchen as a sous chef, making salaries. So I probably feel like I hit the pinnacle. I hit my stride pretty fast. And then I felt myself being wear down and being in places like this because of my creativity and the things that I really wanted to push. And the thing that I've been blessed about with COVID is that COVID gave me the opportunity to really sit back and see what type of food I wanted to do and what direction I wanted to go at with culinary arts. So they said, with every disaster, there's a blessing in it. The blessing was me and Jessica being home every day. Me and her, we always, have this shared love of food, which brought us together initially. So for us, you know, taking pictures, trying new recipes, a lot of this was born out of me and her just having a love for culinary arts. I started to feel morally conflicted just because I knew the dangers of eating certain type of food. And I said, I could sit and make profit and sell this type of food to people knowing that I wouldn't eat it myself. And that ultimately, that bothered me. So I said, you know what? I want everybody to eat clean. I want everybody to eat healthy. Inform people on the benefits of eating clean, what it does to the body, what it does for you physically, but also what it does for you mentally. Sometimes I go 2-3 weeks without having a day off to myself, but I know that because of the things that I put in my body, the way that I have this self-care for myself, this self-love, it keeps me going. So now I just want to really get that out to the masses, that about eating clean, about eating healthy, about going to go locally source your food. We live in New Jersey, which has a very diverse food scene as far as farms and fresh food. So I'm really trying to push that initiative now. And me and Jessica, that's where we're going at with Well Body Kitchen. You know, and like this is something that me and her is passionate about. I do a lot of, if I would like to put myself in a term, I evolved past chef. Now I either like to be called a culinary artist or a food entrepreneur. So these are like just things that we're really trying to go at. And we feel like now is the time for people to really wake up and say, hey, what am I actually putting into my body? You know, why am I still choosing the cheesesteak over the vegetables? Like it's really, and you know, it's habits. So it's hard to, you know, tell people, they say, oh, I don't want no fake cheese. Well, it's not fake cheese. It's just made without using something that came from a living animal. So it's, you know, it's getting people to try it. I'm even, you know, still learning as I go. I'm still eliminating things from my diet. So, you know, it's a journey. And that's what we're trying to get people to realize, like, hey, you're not going to wake up one morning and say, hey, I want to eat clean. But slowly but surely, if you eliminate and take away certain things, you start to see the progress. You start to see the results.
Gotcha. Well, CJ, he's talking about cheesesteaks, so
oh man,
jump in.
We're right up my alley now. All those summers in Philly. Listen, I love it, right? We could go in about 6 different directions right now with basically the topics that you all brought up for us. I'm looking at the ethics. I'm looking at the passion for your business. I'm looking at overcoming obstacles. I'm looking at helping communities. And then I'm also looking at the partnership that you both have. You know, this is literally a family business here between you two. So we could go down a lot of different paths, but, you know, we try to help our listeners put them in the moment so they could learn the lessons that you went through already, right? Share with us a little bit about the two of you sort of sitting there, and maybe Jessica, this is for you, the two of you sitting there one day and you say, wait a minute, we could do this together. Like, is that how it happened? What was that moment like?
I know like last summer I was doing meal prep for people, just kept asking me. So I was like, all right, I'll do it. And then Marquise was helping me, you know, a little bit. And I think it's just really our love for food. Like we will go out to restaurants and like dissect the menu from the experience of the servers down to everything. So I knew that was just a passion that we had, and like really appreciating food. So it kind of just happened naturally, really. Yeah, and it's a beautiful like connection. Yeah.
So also speak to us a little bit about that market research that you did, right? Sounds like you all, you know, we all have this vision of, oh, the entrepreneur just woke up one day and they had a business and it was successful, and look at them now.
You know, just growing up in a household with my father, I seen an example. You know, I watched him for many years get up the same time, 7 days a week. And I know what it takes, like being an entrepreneur, when everybody sleep, you still woke. So it definitely, you know, it drives you, because, you know, like, hey, it's all or nothing with this, like it's on me. So a lot of people, you know, they don't want that type of, you know, they more want something secure. I actually embrace it, and I know Jessica's does too, because it's like, hey, we make this machine go. Like, it don't go nowhere off the tracks without us moving it.
Mm-hmm.
And just having those examples, like my father, like other entrepreneurs I seen growing up, I know, like, that how much it takes. And I could always directly go back. I could just, quick story, 2016 snowstorm. I know my dad remembers, beginning of 2016. Me and him was probably out plowing snow about 19, 20 hours straight. And I went to Sunoco and got him a coffee. And I walked up to his truck and I looked at him. And I said, "Hey, Dad, you tired?" And he said, "I'm the boss. How can I get tired?" And and I would say, "Yeah." And, you know, that stuck with me the last couple of years. I'm like, yo, if I'm tired, how am I going to do it? You know, like, and that was really drives me, because I want that freedom, but also I love what I do.
Yes.
And I know Jessica loves what she does. And I feel like when you doing something that you love doing, you never work a day in your life. So when people might look at me like, "Man, you work a lot, you know, 7 straight days, 8 straight days." I say, "Hey, I love what I do. I can do this anytime of the day." So it really drives that home for us, because we are passionate about it. And we also know what market we're looking at. We've done our research. We know that people want to eat clean. We know that people want to maintain a healthy lifestyle, but they don't know where to start. They don't know where to start to uncover those layers. And that's what we're here for. That's what Well Body's Kitchen here for, is to bridge the gap between those who are not informed or knowledgeable on eating clean. That's what we are. We're the gap in between. So, and that's what we're really trying to drive home. Like, listen, the knowledge and the information is out there, you know, just because of the age that we live in.
Just tell me a little bit about the business model, Kate, and just either one of y'all could probably answer this. When we talk about, even now in this crisis that we're in now in COVID-19, a lot of people are ordering basically online, pop-up kitchens, small stuff. You know, a lot of the big restaurants are not opening back up yet. How does what you guys do fit in that circle of saying, okay, how do we provide meals? How do we capture this market now, even as we pivot from COVID-19 into who knows what? How do you guys see yourself getting into that market?
Yeah, I think, well, Marquise speaks a lot about pop-ups and how that, you know, a new model for restaurants, and it's just, you can really create an experience. So I think that's one avenue to go. And like with us, we are actually working with a family right now. So we're in their homes, like preparing the meals for them. So we see that as something that we would like to continue working with families in, you know, really individually, because every person is different. Every family's needs is different. And so, you know, really working on a personal level. So I think it's really intimate, our workings. Yeah.
You know, in this current climate that we're in, we're looking at, and I talk about COVID-19 being in 2020 being a year to pivot, how we have to kind of move and pivot based on the circumstances that we have. So looking at how people are ordering meals online, pop-ups, all those things that people are doing now because the big restaurants are not open back up yet. How do you and Marquise see yourself fitting into that market?
Yeah, I think I'm really creating new experiences, like with pop-up type of model, and working personally with families, going into their homes, and we do like a kitchen detox where we just go in and assess everything, and then, you know, really work to structure and formulate something that's going to be functional for them and practical. So yeah.
And you are working with a family now, right?
Yes, in the DMV area. So yeah.
Cool. That's great. CJ?
That's it, folks. Listen, we're so happy you were able to get on here with us. You know, talk about passion, talk about helping folks. This is just what we needed to hear today. So listen, Tracy, do we have, Jessica, can you give us your contact information so that we have that?
The website is wellbodywellsoul.com. And there it'll link you to Well Body Kitchen and all of that. And on Instagram, Well Body Well Soul and Well Body Kitchen. You'll find it there as well.
Brilliant. Tracy, final thoughts.
Well, final thoughts is, CJ, is that once again, you know, we're locked in, bro, but we are not locked out of opportunities. And just like Jessica and Marquise, people all around this country, man, we have an opportunity to really get creative in our thoughts and what we're passionate about, the things that we care about. and look at how do we take those things that we care about and that we're passionate about and get them into the market. I think Jessica and Marquise is a prime example how a couple can link up and basically create a business. And this is how it starts. And, you know, and I just wish them all the best of luck in the world. I know he'll do well because he's my son, he's my product. So I know that he'll go out here and do well. But this is the things that we like to promote, and these are the things that we encourage our listeners to actually look at and get into. So thank you both for coming on board Street Startups, for spending the past 15 minutes with us.
Thank you for having
Absolutely.
Thank you, CJ. Thank you, Dad.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Folks, there it is. Passion, healthy lifestyle, helping communities. We got a little bit of it all today. We will see you next time on Street Startups. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.